everyone, it's Magdalena Wolf of Coins. Thank you so much for tuning in. Welcome to Dreaming Moon series video, one of many videos that will be in this series. Not only me, but 12 other people will be participating in it. So if you're curious, check out the video description box here, and you can also check out the Dreaming Moon series hashtag for that. So yeah, it's an honor really to be invited for this project. I'm pretty excited about it, and thank you, Maha, for inviting me, and thank you everyone else who are working hard to create those videos. The topics are very interesting. I think my approach will be quite practical. I will be just talking about what I tend to do, but I could see on the list that there will be videos more like covering also more general fields. So I think it will be a good, we will be giving like a more complete picture here, which is great. And yeah. So today, interpreting people in your dreams as symbols rather than specific people. So like I said in the intro video, if I dream about, I don't know, my sister, it doesn't necessarily have to be a dream about her. It might be that my sister appears in my dream to symbolize something. Okay, it might be a kind of like a symbol encoded in our brains, and I found that once it's done, it's being reused. So once it worked, the brain will use it again. So I first realized how it worked for me when I contemplated the fact that I kept dreaming about my school crush for many years after I finished school. I finished university, and after many years after that still. So I had nothing to do with that boy whatsoever. There's actually a video by me. I will try and link it. I'll just write it down for me. Remember to link it. If I don't, I'm sorry, but you still can find it on my channel. Yeah, I did a reading about what does he mean in my dreams, because I have nothing to do with him anymore, and I mean, come on, it's a school crush. It's nothing really serious. Well, it was at that time, of course, but not anymore, definitely. But somehow my subconscious created this code to inform me on something. There's something like this, like code, happening in your life right now. Pay attention to that. So yeah, so that's how I started thinking that I'm dreaming about some people because they symbolize something in a dream. So for example, our parents often can be like a very archetypal, they can be like very archetypal in our dreams, archetypical roles. And for example, I love examples, don't you? When I was going through a kind of like a artistic block with my painting, I dreamt that my dad gave me a watercolor paper pad, something like, oh come on, where is it? Oh, anyway, it's a pad of papers. No, it's not that. Sorry. It's a pad of papers glued together so you can easily paint on it. And yeah, so I dreamt that my dad gave me this pad, but the pad had a grid on it. So it's like, how can you make a picture, a watercolor painting on a paper that has a grid? So when I woke up, I processed it and I was like, okay, it's my father. So kind of like a rational and logical side of us, if we go through the like traditional division. And yeah, he gave me a paper that is artistically useless, because when you want to paint, you want to, like flowers or wherever, you want to have freedom. You need a clean slate, right? I think at that time in my life, I had this block because I was at the moment too controlling and to be able to create, and that was stopping me. Probably, you know, I have sometimes this tendency of a perfectionist. So, oh, it won't be good, let's not start, which is silly. But yeah, we have those blocks inside us, right? So, yeah. And then that was the message of the dream for me, because also, well, I mean, the dreams often like draw from reality, and my dad actually is a person, the more creative person from the two of my parents actually, and he actually used to buy me the best watercolor papers for Christmas or wherever. So there was this like real event of my dad buying me paper for painting, but then it was with a grid. Okay, so that's one example. And then we can imagine, like, if you dream, for example, about a baby. You have a baby in your dream. It doesn't matter if you have a baby really or you don't, but let's pretend you dream about a baby or a child. It of course can be a dream about your child, like you're worried about them and whatnot, but it can also be a metaphorical child, so a project important to you that is like a baby to you, right? It's your baby, it's important, it's dear to you. And there was a moment also when I was having, like, after a long period of feeling really unwell and not being able to create, which is horrible for a person like me, I finally had this moment when I started feeling better, and then I had this whole list of things that I could do. I could finally do something. And yeah, so I wanted to do stuff, and I wasn't sure whether I should do everything bit by bit, this and that a little bit, or focus on my most important project. And then I had this dream. So yeah, it's a bit a weird dream, but that's how dreams are. So if you're in the dreaming series, so be prepared for weird stuff going on. So I actually dreamt that I had a baby, but then it turned out that I actually had 7 more. I had 7 children, like little babies. And I was like, what will we do with all of them? Oh my god. And then, but there was somehow this like main baby, kind of the first one that I had in the dream or something like that. And at some point I realized that the baby is not like calling me, it's like not crying for milk. And I was like, what happened? What's wrong? There's something wrong. The baby is not like calling me to feed it. And then I found out that in my bag, like a kind of like a purse thing, but a bit bigger, it was hidden. It was hidden in my bag. So I opened the bag and I'm like, oh my god, my baby is in the bag. Why is it there? And is it still alive? So I take the baby out, and there is this moment like, is it dead? Is it dead? And I was like, but the baby opened their eyes, and oh, it's alive. So now I need to take care of it. And yeah, and in the dream, you know, dream has its own logic. There was still those like other babies somehow, but I found that this one is the important one, that the one that I want to take care of. Okay, give it breast and hold and yeah, basically take care of it. So then I woke up and I was like, yeah, I get it now. I have this one most important project, and I should focus on it, and the rest can wait, basically, because somehow those other babies also were not making problems in the dream. They were just somewhere there, just like other projects in my life. So yeah, it doesn't, like a dream like that doesn't necessarily mean, oh, I will have 7 children. It can mean, it can kind of show you, help you realize what you really want. Because when you have those feelings in the dream, you should pay attention to them, because I felt, okay, this is the one that is most important to me. So yeah, but the person that we dream about doesn't have to be a family member. What if a person you admire appears in your dream? Like, you don't know them personally, but it's like well, celebrity or famous person that you know and you admire their work, their personality. So I had this series of dreams, and well, my most important dreams are usually centered around my creativity, so I might sound monotonous here, but yeah, that's what I have to share, so I think it's also a good example. So one night I dreamt about Roy Khan. If you know him, he's a vocalist. He used to be in Camelot, which is my favorite band, by the way. Then he had a few years break from singing whatsoever, and now he's back with Conception, his first band. He's wonderful. Anyway, and he sings heavy metal, which is my favorite music genre. Anyway, but yeah, so I dreamt I met him. Probably, I think I was at his concert, and then somehow it so happened that we just could talk one-on-one somewhere, just sit down in a cafe and talk about really like everyday stuff. Not necessarily about music world, but just, what's going on in your life and whatnot. And I thought, that's an interesting dream. A week or two later, I have another dream. And the pattern was surprisingly similar. This time, I dreamt about another vocalist, also from the same band, who is now the vocalist there, Tommy Karevik. And again, I meet him, we talk, just everyday stuff. And then I got suspicious after these two dreams, because it's two guys from my favorite band, and I just talk with them about general everyday life. What's this about? But that was not over. After, again, a week or two, I had a third dream. And this time I dreamt about Neil Gaiman. So he is a writer whom I admire. Actually, I met him. I met Tommy as well at the concert, but wherever. So Neil Gaiman, I admire him really as a writer, as a person, and the same scenario. Again, we met, we talked. I think usually the first scene would be related to what they do. So with the vocalists, it would be a concert, and after the concert we would talk. And I think with Neil Gaiman, it was probably after him signing books or something. And then was like, I woke up and I'm like, wait a minute, it's a third person whom is an artist whom I admire. He's wearing black. Like, it has to be like everything repeats itself. So yeah, I then I contemplated, I thought about it, and I understood the message was that you can be an artist, that you too can be an artist, and it's not like a thing reserved only for heroes. These are people who, okay, you could see them on the stage or signing books, but then they come from there and they live their regular lives. They are human, okay? So you should take into consideration that, yeah, you don't have to be a hero to be an artist. And after I understood that, the dream stopped. There were no cool guys in my dreams anymore. But yeah, I think that was the message. So to sum it up, when you dream about someone and the dream doesn't, it feels significant, but it doesn't necessarily make sense as a dream about this person, try to see those people as symbols and look out for any patterns, like with my 3 famous guys pattern. And yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please let me know if you had any interesting dreams like that, and I'll see you again in the next video about interpreting dreams using tarot and oracle, because sometimes you feel the dream is significant, but you just can't put your finger on it. So then I use cards. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.